If you have to resume your music with like one word, which one would you choose?
Naughty.
Naughty. Hello, Lena.
Hi.
So we're here in the Decadence Club to get to know about you a bit more and to also talk about the next event you're playing for us in May. But first question,
Okay.
what style defines the most Lena De Roose?
I would say hard techno, but like influence with early hardstyle and early hardcore.
Okay,
Yes.
and do you always play in those three styles or do you also shift sometimes?
The most, but like when I have an opening set, for like example at your event, I can go like a little bit more trancey and groovy.
Yeah.
If it's an opening set, I like to play with that, but like more, you haven't like now more trancey hard techno. It's like influenced by both, so
Yeah, very.
stuff like that a bit more, but that mostly for opening sets.
Okay, and do you prefer like dark vibes or more happy vibes, for example?
Both. I can really do both ways, like depending on the kind of event and the place. When it's like a really dark underground club,
Yeah.
I can really go more dark, but like for an open air or something, I can do more happy, bouncy stuff. Like every set is like completely different. Like
It goes with the sunlight.
yes.
And what first got you hooked on techno? Is there like a track that you heard and you were like, okay, I want to do this, or?
I've been going to techno parties for like 6 years now, and I think before COVID it was like really the freedom of it. It was still so much more underground, and you were doing something like a little secret, let's say, like and
Yeah.
hidden, and it was just to let all your feelings out really, and it was about the music and the passion, and it just got something in me, and
Yeah.
from then I didn't stop.
Do you remember which like artist or track you played first, or like you download first, and you were like, okay, I want to start with this?
Ooh, that's a difficult question.
Yeah, it might be difficult. I wouldn't remember myself, I think.
No, because I've been listening to techno music and like dreaming about being a DJ
Yeah.
for a while now, like in my head, but I didn't think it was possible. So I think I've, for a few years, like I've been hearing tracks like, oh, if I would be a DJ, I would play
Yeah.
this or that, but it's changed since I've been a DJ, so it's not, I can't say, sorry.
Okay, but maybe later we will show it. And can you tell us maybe about your biggest like inspirations? Is there like any producers that inspired you, or maybe just the way some DJs can play that you think, okay, I like it and I want to try to go in that direction?
Yes. As a producer, David Core, he's a guy from Colombia. He produces hardcore. He's a really, really good producer, and I've heard him change in his style from hardcore to becoming more emotional, and he's just a really, really good producer, and I've learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
And for like the trancey stuff, like Transmaster Cross,
Yeah.
he's also like a big example. Like I think from the sound, we have like a similar sound, but
Yeah.
he and his vibes and me and my own, but just the way he plays and how he, the
Mixes
music,
everything,
yes,
yeah.
it's really nice to listen to, how it all just
Goes together.
goes together,
Yeah.
flows together, it's like, it's a bit magic, you know, like it's really good.
And do you think you have also your own way of mixing, or maybe not yet?
Yes, I think I do, because I learned mixing on my own, so I've heard it a couple of times that I mix in a really particular way, like I don't have much of a technical background, so I just do it more with feeling and
Yeah.
maybe not always like technically correct, so I really play with it, so yeah, I just do my thing, listen to a sound and be like, oh, maybe that fits in there and there, so I just really play with it, so
Yeah.
I don't think anyone mixes like me.
Yeah, well,
So-
if it's about your own feelings, then
Yeah.
if everybody plays with his own feelings, then obviously it makes the thing different.
Yes.
And do you think that there is a party that really impacted you? Like, you've been playing now for 2 years.
Yes.
And do you think, do you remember an event where, you were like, okay, something special really happened?
Yeah, the Modeler Festival last year, I had the closing on the main stage.
Oh, wow.
And I did like an early hardcore set, like early hardstyle, and it was just amazing. Like I didn't really play hard techno, and it was just 1 hour, the closing set of like a 16-hour party, and it was like so euphoric, and like I think sometimes there were like moments you were dancing with your friends and it was like a movie you were in, like those feelings, and like still to this day I get like compliments of how good the set was. And like for me in the moment itself, like I was not stressing in the moment, but it was just all so new and so much. But
you were
like,
very focused.
Yes, afterwards with the videos, like that, it really made an impact on me. And that's also a set like I'm really proud of for myself. So that changed a lot for my confidence and stuff.
Have you been able? It's okay. Have you been able to record it, or can we?
No, it was
now?
not recorded. Sadly, no. But I think sometimes, like, if you knew beforehand a set is going to be recorded, you play differently or something. Like I think for that set it was good that it's not recorded and it lives on in memories.
Yeah, it's a one night
set.
Yes. And only the people that were there can know what
exactly,
happened.
Yes.
And is there any crazy thing that happened during one of your set or during an event that you went, like, I don't know, someone felt on the DJ booth, or they were like it's catastrophic, something happened?
Not really, no. I think the most crazy thing still has to happen. Maybe at your event.
Maybe, I wish no, or at least something funny.
Something funny.
And when you get ready for a set, do you have like a special ritual to get you into it and to get into the zone, or like pre-performance routine?
I don't have anything particular, but like a half hour before my set I like to be left alone, and I prepare in my head mentally, like I kind of go over the tracks that I think I want to be playing and just like the vibe and the energy I want to bring, and then I really need to be in my zone, so that's how I prepare. And then second I go on, it's like okay, switch in my head, and then I'm fully prepared. So I need like the 30 minutes to really get myself in the right mood, get my confidence up, and then I'm ready to go, but not anything particular like
it's the silence before the
storm.
The storm, the silence before the storm, that's perfect. I feel you with that. And is there any, so we talked about like you play different if it's night or by day, and you need to get prepared because, like, according to the vibe that you want to give. Do you feel that you like to transmit any emotions when you're playing, or is it more about tracks that you like? What would be the common points in your set if we look at it as an overall?
I think it's a bit of both. Like as a feelings, I think the most I bring is like a very euphoric feeling, a bit of nostalgia, but also like a little naughty, like letting people like feeling they're a kid again and can like act a little naughty, but with a little bit of a girly touch also. So I think it's like a mix of that kind of emotions, but also then sometimes just go crazy hard to let like all the anger out, and you can just go totally crazy.
So it's more like you want people to express everything, and like you talk about anger, but also like with a lot of color, I guess.
Yeah. You know, like just everyday stuff, and you had a bad day at work or something is going on that you can just forget that, but in the music, so it's in a good way, you know, like just being human, I guess, like just let it all out, but also not forgetting you're human at the same time, you know, like, and that's what I search in my tracks, like I can hear it immediately, and it like in track, like okay, that's the feeling in that track and that track, and in that way I build my sets to like make a whole story out of it.
That's very nice. And do you think that in techno there is because we're talking about hard techno here more, like especially, but do you feel that there is a style that is maybe like overshadowed and that should be like with more recognition and be more like put in light, let's say?
I think a little bit like you have like this whole new movement in trance, like the poppy, fast-paced trance. But like looking at like the last modular, it has changed. Like I think now it's at a turning point. But like for example, last year there were like the first kind of events here in Ghent, and there were like 20, 30 people to those events.
Yeah.
So in a year it has changed a lot.
Yeah.
Here in Ghent, I think some other parts in Belgium it still has to come. So I think that genre, because it's a bit of similar to the new hard techno also, but in the trance way, like the vibe and the energy it gives, like it overlaps like a little bit. Like sometimes, like I say, I can also play a bit of that trancey stuff.
That's true.
So I think it would be nice to have like more of events that like incorporate.
Incorporated.
Yes,
Yeah.
incorporate both of that, like the new hard techno, the new hard trance, all together.
We call it hard trance though, but I think there is a lot of Eurodance vibe in it.
Yes.
We call it trance, but like totally different from psy trance.
No, it's
like the new version of trance.
Yes, this poppy, fast pace, yes. So
but it's true that it's like maybe like the same speed as hard techno, so I think that's why it's really nice to mix both. And also I think maybe it can give this color that if you look to do like something more happy or more colorful.
Yes,
and it's a very nice way to bring it into a hard techno set. And what would you say would be the biggest challenge that you had to face since you're playing for 2 years now, or even more if we count the time that you spend maybe in your room like trying to search for your DJ career?
I think in the beginning, like I think a lot of DJs had it, like the imposter syndrome, because it all went kind of fast for me in the beginning. Like I've had some big gigs after when I was not playing so long, so sometimes I didn't feel for myself that I earned my place yet, and just the confidence for yourself. So I had to really work on that, because I wanted to make sure that when I was on a big stage that I represented the music, you know, the whole history behind it. Like I didn't want to have a gig that I felt like I don't have the experience for it. For me, it's just not right. So in the beginning was sometimes a struggle, because then a lot of young local artists, they quickly got chances at big stages. It was a good thing, but you know, for some clubs you just have to have the experience. It's a whole other thing, and on a big sound system, for a big crowd, you know, you have to build up to that. So it was a struggle in the beginning to like, okay, I'm happy to have those chances, but am I also comfortable with it?
Did you ever think of refusing a gig because you felt that you weren't ready for it, or you always tried to went for it and to work on being ready?
Yes, no, I never refused it, but like when I knew, like last year the Modeler Festival, it was a really, really big chance, and I really prepared good. I knew it for months already, like really searching every right track, the energy, so when I had the chance, like I really made sure that I practiced enough, and like I could give what was expected from me to be at the stage like that.
Okay, makes a lot of sense to be ready for one important gig. And is there any event or any country that you really want to be, you really want to play, or maybe like Ghent is like Belgium is already really nice?
Ghent is nice. I think for now it's Space Safari.
Yeah.
Yes. For me, like I've been there 2 years now.
Yeah.
It's a whole journey. Like it's 3 days of like exploring.
In the forest.
Yes, in the forest. What's new? Just the people, the whole thing. Like I think a set there is just magical. It's like creative freedom with all the people who are just really there solely for the music. So I think a set there is really nice. So
Safari, if you listen, if you watch us, Lena wants to come. And also it's a small festival, right?
Yes.
So you are there for 3 days, but you can recognize people. So I guess
with all your friends, see it's really about the community there. So it must be amazing to play there.
I'll see you this year if you go. I'm going to.
I'm going.
Okay. And so we're really excited to have you on the 24th of May for the Insolent Rave XXL at the Buddha. And I was wondering if you had any ideas of tracks that you want to play, a vibe you're going into. But you already said at the beginning that as you're doing the opening for us, you're probably going to play a bit of trance music. But I guess that you have 2 hours.
Okay.
So you're gonna go maybe a little bit harder, I guess.
Yes, of course. No, it's still me playing, but like in the beginning, like sometimes I like to put like a trancey track in it, because people wouldn't expect it, but I listen to like a very wide range of music, like more trancey stuff. So, and I don't get to play those tracks in closing sets. So when I have an opening, I really like to mix that in, but it's still me playing. So of course I'm gonna go hard, but in an opening way, just some tracks with a little bit more feeling, a little bit more groove. But if I have 2 hours, let's say the last 45 minutes, you're gonna get real Lena.
Definitely.
So, yes, and also when the crowd is then there and all hyped up, like yes, it's gonna be a good party. I'm excited.
If the crowd is like shouting and stuff, and you just want to give the people what they're looking for, and especially as an opening, people has a lot of energy.
Yeah, of course.
So you want to enjoy that part. Definitely.
Yeah, but when they're first coming in, you know, you don't want already to like.
Tired.
Yes, that it's too much. So that's why a little bit. Okay, they come in, they're like, okay, and then then we're going.
Then we're going, and then it's all night long until 8 a.m. And I've got one insolent question for you. Do you rather choose Brussels waffles or Ghent Cubberdom?
I'm gonna have to say Brussels waffles. Sorry, Ghent.
Oh, okay, but that's very nice.
Yes, but it's better. It's like. One Cubberdom, like it's nice, but like a Brussels waffle, it's good.
You can
eat
more. Yes. And for the people that maybe doesn't know what it is, can you explain what is a Cubberdom?
It's like this purple triangle thing filled with like a syrup. It's very sweet. Like I say, it's really, really good, but you eat one of it and you're tired, and it's not really filling. You know, like it's a thing you eat when you come to Ghent, but the Brussels waffle you can have in Brussels or in Ghent, like you can have it everywhere.
And one last word, if you have to resume your music with like one word, which one would you choose?
Naughty.
Naughty. That would be the N word, naughty. Okay, thank you for answering the questions.
Yes, thank you.
And we can't wait to see you on the 24th of
Me
May.
Too. Really looking forward to it.
And have a nice time in between.
You too.
Thank you.